Alright, this is the ML Frost RLCS Worlds prediction. G2 beating Limitless, Moist beating Gammon Gladiators, Pioneers beating Twisted Minds, Crew beating G1, SSG beating Team Secret, Power losing to Oxygen, and Elevate losing to Falcons. Now up to the round 2, we have Complexity over Oxygen, G2 under SSG, Moist beating Pioneers, and Crew beating Falcons, just barely though. Power beating Valiant, Secret beating Gammon Gladiators. Close game, but Twisted Minds beats Limitless, and Elevate loses to G1. I say G1 pulls out and beats Elevate for sure. Round 3, we have Moist getting their 3rd win against SSG, very close. SSG has been playing pretty good, and Complexity beating Crew, getting them their 3rd win. We have Falcons beating G1. G2 beating Twisted Minds. Power beating Pioneers. I think Power's superior to Pioneers personally. Oxygen beats Team Secret. Although Team Secret has been, had their lows, Oxygen also had their lows, but Oxygen's definitely going to do better, especially this season. Anyway, we have, it's glitching out a little bit, Limitless beating Valiant. It's going to be really close, but Limitless wins, and Gammon Gladiators lose to Elevate 4-2. I say we have some pretty decent matchups coming into this thingy here. SSG beats Oxygen 4-2. I feel like Oxygen has a slight chance of getting 2 wins, but it's definitely possible. Crew beats Power 4-1. Falcons loses to G2 4-2. Power beats Limitless 4-2. Team Secret beats Elevate. It's going to be a close match, but it's going to be 4-3. And G1 beats Elevate. Falcons beat Team Secret. Oh, I don't know what's happening here. Power loses to G1. It's going to be really close. And Oxygen, I say they have the ability to beat Pioneers. So let's see what the final thingies are. We have Complexity and Moist 3-0, Crew G2, Space Station 3-1, Team Falcons, Oxygen, and G1 3-2. Power, Pioneers, and Team Secret 2-3. Elevate, Twisted Minds, and Limitless 1-3. And Gammon Gladiators and Valiant 0-3. I'd say I did pretty good. I know sweatz definitely disagreed with a couple of these, but overall I say I have a pretty solid list coming into the next thingy. Now over to the other tab. This is the final standings here. Alright, so Carmen Corp beats G1. Let me zoom in a little bit here. BDS will beat Moist. BDS has been the runner-up for first place, or best in Europe, and I say they have the ability to beat Moist. Carmen Corp, once again, like, they're just the best team, or one of the best teams in Europe, and they're taking on G1. It's an obvious win. Team Liquid loses SSG. SSG is really gonna put in a big effort here, but it's gonna be just close, and Ninjas in Pajamas will lose to G2. G2 really needs to pick up their game if they want to have a chance at winning Worlds this year. And we have Moist in the lower quarterfinals beating G1. It's kind of obvious. Moist has been a superior team. And Team Liquid will beat Ninjas in Pajamas. I feel like Ninjas in Pajamas will have a chance at beating Team Liquid because Ninjas in Pajamas have been proven to be the underdogs coming into Worlds. That's kind of it. So we have Carmen Corp versus BDS, SSG versus G2, Moist versus the loser of BDS and Carmen Corp, and then I forget the other matchup. I don't know what that was. And I think BDS will beat Carmen Corp 4-2. They've just been the superior runner-up for the best team in Europe. It's been proven last season that they are dominant in Europe. They beat Carmen Corp 4-2. SSG beats G2 4-3. If G2 was the best team and the good team that we always knew, then they would definitely beat SSG. But SSG has definitely been proving themselves and proving that they should be in Worlds, that they have a chance. And in the lower semis, G2 loses to Moist. Once again, if they were just, the team that we all know and love, they would definitely beat Moist. And Carmen Corp will beat Team Liquid. This is like a rivalry at this point. Carmen Corp will always be beating Team Liquid all the way. Anyway, back to G2. G2, I feel like they just need to pick it up. And these are the teams that have qualified: BDS, SSG, Moist, and Carmen Corp. On to upper quarter finals, we have Gen G against Oxygen. Gen G definitely takes the win here. Oxygen has been slacking. They barely even made Worlds. Good thing Europe got a lot of spots, and Gen G will win. I feel like Complexity has a chance against Rule 1. I know Rule 1 has proven themselves twice. They've proven themselves in the major and also in another tournament that they have played against Complexity. But I feel like Complexity, with their hype, I feel like they have a chance. They have a chance at beating Rule 1. Vitality beats Falcons 4-2. I feel like Falcons can get at least 2 games in based on how Vitality's been playing, based on the major, like the first few rounds of the major. And FaZe loses to Crew because I feel like FaZe has definitely fallen off ever since just missing major. They just overall been kind of slacking. And Rule 1 will be beating Oxygen in the lower quarterfinals. And Falcons will lose to FaZe Clan. FaZe Clan is just the superior team to the Team Falcons. And Rule 1 is once again proven themselves to be one of the teams that competing to win. Now Complexity versus Gen G is going to be really close, but I think Complexity definitely has the win here. Vitality barely beats Crew. I feel like once again, like how they played. I feel like how they played the first round. The first few rounds of the major really affects how I choose how many wins Crew gets. And in the lower semis, Crew will lose to Rule 1. Rule 1 once again just superior, and Gen G will beat FaZe Clan once again because FaZe Clan is falling off and Gen G is obviously number 1 in North America. On the final standings there, I forgot to say, I'll look back into them. BDS versus Gen G. Gen G will definitely clap back after losing to them, first, second round in Major. SSG will lose to Rule 1. Rule 1 is just dominant in their region. Complexity I have the feeling that Complexity will beat Carmen Corp. Carmen Corp is definitely one of the top teams, but I don't think they can handle Complexity's pressure. and Vitality will be beating Moist. Moist definitely will put up a good fight, but it will not be enough to take out Vitality. Now into the semifinals. Genji will they will beat Rule 1 4-2. Once again, like, they're just the superior team in North America. The two superior teams in their regions, but Genji is definitely the best team or the better team in this situation. And I think Complexity can beat Vitality based on the second round in Major. They actually had a chance. It's just little mistakes just kept on affecting them, and Vitality won in overtime, a match point. But now Complexity shaking that off. It's not stopping them and not stopping them from being motivated. And Complexity will beat Vitality. And in the grand finals, Complexity will beat Genji 4-2.
Guys, it is MO Master, and I'll be going over my world predictions. So here is round 1 of the first side of the wild card round. And one of the upsets I have are Twisted Minds versus Kansas City Pioneers. Even though the AI odds said it's in favor, it's still a 12 seed versus 4 seed. I just don't see the Kansas City Pioneers as a very strong 4 seed, and right below it I have a Crew beating G1. I know G1's kind of strong, but I just believe Crew can outmatch them. That's about it. Team Falcons over Elevate, obviously. Moving on to the next round, I have I think Space Station has the edge on Complexity. I don't think they can close it out on SSG. Moist over Oxygen. Just feel more confident in that. I do feel like Kansas City Pioneers can beat Elevate, though. I don't find Elevate is a very strong team. That's about it. Let's go into the next round. I do have SSG and Moist moving on to get a bye. I think Gaming Gladiators will beat Valiant. I think Valiant's definitely the weakest team. A very competitive matchup, though. G2 over Oxygen for sure. Could be a close match. Crew over Falcons. It could go either way. I just feel like Crew will finish out. Again, Complexity versus G1. I just think Complexity is a stronger team. Final round. Nothing much here. Just what I think is stronger. And here, though, after our first wild card. Carmine Corp definitely. Not much. Lowers, I do think SSG will move on. Definitely think Crew over Ninja Pajamas. I think they're stronger. I do have BDS kind of upsetting Carmine Corp. I think they're stronger in the situation in Worlds. I just think EU is stronger, so I picked Liquid over Complexity. I feel like SSG will come clutch and close out against Complexity again. That's it for that side. I do think Genji will win over G1. I don't think that's too much of a competition. Obviously Moist. Definitely Vitality. I think G2 will upset. Yeah, R1 over G1 in the lowers there. Moist over Genji. I think just EU is stronger. It could go either way though. I think G2 will upset R1 and Genji over FaZe. Yep. Going to the playoffs. I do have BDS, Liquid, and Carmine Corp and Vitality. I think EU is just so much stronger than NA. I do think BDS will win in Vitality, and I have my grand finals as Vitality and BDS, and I do have Vitality winning it. There it is.